Hi students, today we are going to the study of the energy from the different components. In our last period we have studied that the three food components. The first is a carbohydrate, second is a protein and number third is a fats. And next component is a number 4, vitamins. You have studied that the carbohydrate, proteins and fats. You know that the how many kilocalorie energy from the carbohydrates, proteins and lipids or the fats. In carbohydrates, 4 kilocalorie energy is produced, and in protein 4 kilocalorie energy is produced, and fats 9 kilocalorie energy is produced. In the vitamins, next food component is the vitamins, a group of heterogeneous compounds of which each is essential for the proper proportion of the various processes in the body. The various processes in the body are called as vitamins. There are the main 6 types of the vitamins. How many types? 6 types of vitamins. Six types of vitamins. Number 1 or A, B, C, D, E and K. These are the 6 types of the vitamins. A, B, C, D, E and K. Now the A, D and EK. A, D and EK vitamins are soluble or the fat soluble. A, D, E and K. These vitamins are fat soluble, and remaining vitamin B and vitamin C are water soluble vitamins. Understand? A, D, E and K. These vitamins are fat soluble. These vitamins are fat soluble. And remaining 2 vitamins are, that means the vitamin B and vitamin C are the water soluble. Now the vitamins like the riboflavin. Vitamins like the riboflavin. That means B2. Vitamins that riboflavin. That means the vitamin B2 and nicotinamide. That means the nicotinamide. Nicotinamide, that means vitamin B5. Vitamin B5 are necessary for the production of the FADH2 and NADH2. FADH2 and NADH2. These vitamins are, which are the vitamins? The riboflavin, that means the vitamin B2, and nicotinamide, that means the vitamin B5 are the necessary the production of the FADH2 and NADH2. FADH2 means flavin adenine dinucleotide and NADH2 means nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. And next bit is use of brain power. Use of brain power. This is the complete of the vitamins. This is the 4th food component. The next bit is use brain power. Use of brain power. Brain power. The first is many times we experience dryness in the mouth. Many times we experience dryness in the mouth. In our body, there is a 65 to the 76 percentage of water. 65 or 70 percentage of water in our body, and this proportion is always maintained. This proportion is always maintained, and sometimes we lose lots of water either through perspiration or due to the unavailability of the water for a long time. Due to the unavailability of water for a long time, and in such situation we experience dryness in the mouth. So the dryness is a natural feeling which creates urge, in us to the drink water, thereby the proportion of water in the body is brought back and to its normal level. Water in the body is brought back into the to its normal level. And next question is oral rehydration solution. You know that the oral rehydration solution, in short form, the ORS. ORS. What is meant by ORS? Oral rehydration solution. This solution, the salt, sugar and water mixed together and to form the solution. It is called as a ORS, means oral rehydration solution is frequently given to the person experiencing loose motion. In this way, result into the dehydration. This can be lethal if ignored, and especially in case of young children, and this is a very serious fatal problem, and thus to bring back to the normal proportion of water and electrolytics, normal proportion of the water and electrolytics, oral rehydration or the ORS is given, and to the patient we suffer from the loose motion. Patient suffer from the loose motion. And next is we sweat during summer and heavy exercise. Use brain power. We sweat during summer and heavy exercise. During the summer, the environmental temperature are the high. In summer, environmental temperature are high, and this causes rise in our body temperature. Rise in our body temperature, and exercising also cause rise in temperature. And but since we regulate our body temperature in a constant level, and the sweat glands get automatically stimulated. The sweat glands are automatically stimulated, and the sweat evaporates and causes fall in the body temperature. The sweat evaporates and causes fall in the body temperature, and we sweat during summer and heavy exercise. Next component is number 5 is water. Next fourth component name is water. Now the human body contains about the how many percentage of water? 65 to 70 percentage of water present in the human body, and 70 percentage of water is presented by weight in a urine cell. 70% of water presented by the weight in urine cell, and blood plasma has how many percentage of water? Blood plasma 90% of water. In a blood plasma, 90% of water is present. And functioning of the cell, and thereby whose body disturbed. Even if there is a little loss of water from the body, when the body is disturbed, there is a little loss of water from the body, and hence the water is a essential nutrient. The very essential nutrient, very essential nutrients, the water in our body. And next component is fibrous, which is fibrous. You know that the fibrous substances are included in our daily diet. Why reason? No, the fibrous substances are included in our daily diet. Why? The fibrous substance cannot digest it, and hence they become helpful in the digestion of other substances. Helpful of the other digestion substances and digestion of the undigested substances. Helpful digestion of the undigested substances. Hence, fibers are also essential nutrients. What are the sources of the fibrous substances? In leafy vegetables, fruits, cereals, there is a good amount of the fibers. These are the sources of the fibrous substances. And next bit is a cell division. Next bit is a cell division. Cell division and essential life processes. Before starting of this point, some questions are. This point, cell division and essential life processes. Some questions are given. The first question is what happens to the cells of injured tissue? What happens to the cells of injured tissue? After injury, the cells and the tissues are not able to perform the regular functions immediately. At the site of the injury, the blood capillaries rupture and gets inflamed. Blood capillaries are ruptured and gets inflamed, and many cells are damaged the pain. Many cells are damaged, and the pain the nervous induced pain. And the next question is whether new cells are formed during the healing of wound. Whether new cells are formed during healing of the wound. As the wound heals, there is a scab. Scab developed rapidly, and the cells lost the injury are restored back. In this way, the new cells are formed by the cell division. In this way, the new cells are formed during the cell division to heal the wound. And next question: do the plants get injured when do we pluck the flower? Do the plants get injured when do we pluck the flower? How are those wounds healed? It was thought that the plants do not have any nervous system. You know that the nervous system is present in the human. Nervous system is present in the human being. Or the various life processes or the various systems are present in human beings. But in plants do not have the nervous system. So they do not have the sensation either. Do not have the sensation either. But recent discoveries have proved that the plants also have the sensation. Plants also have the sensation. And the tissues that are not, tissues are lost get the restored by the cell division. Restored by the cell division. And next question is, how does the growth of the any living organism occur? How does the growth of any living organism occur? Does the number of the cells in their body increases? If yes, how? Is the question. How does the growth of any living organism occur? And does the number of the cells in their body increases? And if yes, how? Listen carefully. What is the answer of this question? In the any living organism grows due to the increase in the number of the cells, increasing the number of the cells in their body, and the cells divide regularly. Cells divide regularly, and new cells which are the essential for the growth. New cells are the essential for the body growth, and the cell division is thus necessary for the growth. Cell division is necessary for the growth of the body and also the regeneration and repair of the tissues. Regeneration and repair of the tissues. And next, last question. How the new individual of the species is formed from existing one of the same species? How the new individual of the species is formed from existing one of the same species? What is the answer? Listen carefully. Due to the reproduction, the new individual is formed from the existing one. You know that the reproduction. What is meant by the reproduction? What is meant by reproduction? A living organism create another living things like themselves. It is called as a reproduction. In this process, the new individual is formed from the existing one. And reproduction can be the, you know that the two types of the reproduction. One is a asexual reproduction and another is a sexual reproduction. Reproduction can be asexual or the sexual. In asexual reproduction, there is a mitosis. In asexual reproduction, there is a mitosis, and this cell division helps in the forming the new individuals. In asexual reproduction, gametes are formed by the reduction of the division. By the reduction division called as a meiosis. In a sexual reproduction, gametes are formed. Two gametes are the formed. One is a male gamete and another is a female gametes are the formed by the reduction division and called as a meiosis. And due to the chromosomes, genes and DNA, the new individual of the species become similar to the existence. Similar to the existing species. These are the explained to the some questions and explained to the some question answers. And next bit is the heading is the cell division and essential life processes. Discuss the cell division. The cell division is one of the very important properties of the cell. And living organism. You know that the cell. What is meant by the cell? The cell is a basic structural and functional unit of the life. The cell is a basic structural and functional unit of the life. What is the name of the point? Is a cell division and essential life processes. The cell division is one of the very important properties of the cell and living organisms. of the cell and living organisms. The significance of the cell division. Significance. Significance of the cell division. A new organism is created from the existing one. New organism is formed, or the new organism is created from the existing one. And growth of the multicellular organism. Restoration of the injured and emaciated body. This is the significance of the cell division. Now the next bit is types of the cell division. Types of the cell division. Types of the cell division. There are two types of the cell division. The first is mitosis and number second is meiosis. There are the two types of the cell division. The first is mitosis and number second is meiosis. Each cell has a nucleus. Each cells have the nucleus. Each cell has a nucleus, and besides other cell organelles are the present in the surrounding of the nucleus. Various cell organelles are the embedded. And before any type of the cell division, the cell doubles up. Before any type of the cell division, the cell doubles up. The cell doubles up its chromosome number present in its nucleus. That is, if chromosome number is 2n, that is chromosome number. Chromosome number is 2n. That is, chromosome number is 2n. It is double up to 4n. It is double up to 4n. And another condition, pair of each type of the chromosomes is present in a 2n condition. A pair of each type of the chromosomes is present in a 2n condition, where a single chromosome of each type of the is present in a n condition, 2n and n condition. In first condition, any type of the cell division, the cells develop. Its chromosomes number present in the nucleus. That is, if chromosome number is 2n. If chromosome number is 2n, it needs develop 4n. In the second condition, a pair of each type of the chromosomes is present in a 2n condition. Whereas a single chromosome of each type of is present in a condition. The question is, what is the shape of chromosomes? And give its names in the figure. This is the diagram of chromosomes. This is the diagram of the chromosomes and labels. These are the arm of the chromosomes. These are the arms of the chromosomes. This is the P arm, and center point is called as a centromere. Q arm, and this is a DNA. level A. The question is what is the shape of the chromosome? What is the shape of the chromosome? The chromosome are the X rod shaped and has primary constriction of the centromere. Primary constriction of the centromere. The arm of the chromosomes seen to the attached the centromere. The arm of the chromosomes are the attached to the centromere, and depending upon the position of the chromosomes, and the length of the arm of the chromosomes, there are the four types of the chromosomes. There are the four types of the chromosomes. The first is a metacentric. There are the four types of the chromosomes. First is a metacentric. Second is a submetacentric. Number third is, first is a metacentric, second is a submetacentric, number third is a acrocentric, and number four is a telocentric. Acrocentric. And number four is a telocentric. These are the four types of the chromosomes. How many types? Four types of the chromosomes. First is a metacentric, second is a submetacentric, number third is acrocentric, and number fourth is a telocentric. Now they study step by step. Now the first is a metacentric. First type is a metacentric. It is a V-shaped chromosome. It is a V-shaped chromosome. V-shaped chromosome. With a central centromere and equal chromatid arms. Equally chromatid arms. And number second is a submetacentric. What is the shape of the submetacentric? It is a L-shaped. It is a L-shaped. English capital letter V, metacentric. English capital letter L. The submetacentric. L-shaped with a centromere somewhere near the midpoint of the chromosomes. Near the midpoint of the chromosomes. Its one arm is slightly short than the other. One arm is shortly than the other. It is called a submetacentric. And number third is a acrocentric. What is the shape of acrocentric? The English letter J. This is the shape of acrocentric. English letter J shaped chromosomes with the centromere near one end of the chromosome. Centromere near one end of the chromosome. And last number four is telocentric. What is the shape of the telocentric? The centromere is right at the end of the chromosome. Centromere is the right of the chromosome at the end of the chromosome, and resulting it's only one arm. And thus it looks like the I shaped. Looks like the I shaped. English letter I shaped. English letter I shaped. These are the types of the chromosomes. The types of the chromosomes. You have the last standard, detailed study of the types of the chromosomes in the 9th standard. There are the four types of the chromosomes. First is the metacentric, shape is V-like. Number second is the submetacentric, shape is L-like. Number third is acrocentric, it is J-like. And number fourth is telocentric, small I-like. These are the shape and these are the types of the chromosomes. Detailed study of the cell division. That means the types of the cell division. Mitosis, these are the two types of the cell divisions. First is mitosis and number second is meiosis. Detailed study, they discuss about the next period.